Good morning, everyone. We'll begin the morning service of the Miroku Association headquarters, asking God and Meishu-sama for protection and the permission to participate today in the divine plan of constructing a paradise on this earth. Let us pray together the Amatsu-Norito, Prayer of Heaven, followed by the Miroku Prayer. Please stand. 高天原にかむすまります。かむろぎかむろみのみこともちて、そめみおやかむいざなぎのみことつくしのきむかのたちはなの、おどのあぎはらにみそぎはらいたもうときになりませる。アライドの狼たち、もろもろのまがごと積みけられお。アライたまえ、清めたまえ、とまおすことのよしお。天津神、国津神やおよろずの神たちともに、雨の淵駒の耳振り立てて、きこしめせとも、かしこみむまおす。弥勒大神、守りたまえ、先はえたまえ。弥勒大神、守りたまえ、先はえたまえ。教えみよや主の神、守りたまえ、先はえたまえ。教えみよや主の神、守りたまえ、先はえたまえ。こんながらたまちはえませ。こんながらたまちはえませ。Great God of light, creator and giver of all life, in accordance with your divine will, the long age of night draws to an end. Your radiant divine light, shining ever more brilliantly, awakens the dawn of the glorious age of light, a time long awaited by all humanity. We thank you for guiding us to your divine plan and for the privilege of channeling and receiving your ray. May our spirits and bodies be illuminated and purified as we live your truth given to us by Meishu-sama. Make us pure and effective instruments of your divine light, so that we may serve you and all those with whom we come in contact. May paradise on earth be realized, with health, peace, and prosperity, a reality in our lives. Great God of light, bless and protect us. Radiate our souls with your divine light, so that we may truly become instruments of your great plan. Please be seated. We will now receive Johrei.
Meishu-sama bless you.
Johrei is now concluded. We will now listen to a reading from Meishu-sama's teachings. Humanity's mission. God gave us life, precious life. Let us respect and treasure it by living in harmony with God's divine law. Every soul is an individual part of God's total self. Let us cleanse our souls and restore them to their divine state. One who is aware of how precious and priceless life is realizes God's divine nature within, our true spiritual essence. A human being, often called a child of God, is also referred to as God's temple. This is because a person's soul, the center of his or her being, is an individualized part of God that has come to earth with a mission assigned by God. The soul is also referred to as the primary spirit. After birth, another spirit, which is animalistic in nature, enters the body. It is called the secondary spirit. Since the primary spirit is divine in nature, it is the center of spiritual consciousness. The secondary spirit is the exact opposite, the source of all negative ideas. There is yet another spirit in contact with an individual. It is the guardian spirit. In Japan, it is selected from among the individual's ancestors at birth. From the spiritual realm, it protects and guides the person in its charge. The secondary spirit encourages the person to act wrongfully, while the guardian spirit tries to guide the person to do virtuous deeds. But above both of these is the primary spirit, which instructs the person to do only good and virtuous acts. Therefore, it is important to strengthen the power of one's primary spirit. This power is fundamental to the conquering of negativity. Each person should strive always to strengthen their primary spirit. The best way to achieve this is to pray to God and deepen one's faith. This is the only path to attain true happiness.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining the Miroku Association headquarters morning service. This morning, I want to share with you the faith experience of Solange Mesquita Salles Ananian. She's from Fortaleza, Brazil. Solange is 70 years old and she has been a Johrei member for 23 years. In early 2021, this year, she started having vision troubles. At first, she thought it was something specific to her age, but over time, the situation got worse, and she couldn't see people, images, and objects, which made her very worried. In July, she went to the eye doctor and underwent exams. It was found that there was a retinal bleed in her left eye. In relation to her right eye, the retina presented a detachment. The doctor prescribed treatment with injections into her eyes. Considering the treatment too invasive, she hesitated. Along with that, she began to question the spiritual cause of this purification. Thus, she sought guidance from her minister. He recommended her to read and write the teachings of Meishu-sama, with the aim of receiving Johrei through the words. At the same time, she should increase the daily amount of Johrei she was receiving. At first, it was challenging for her. However, little by little, she noticed a gradual improvement in her vision, which allowed her to perform the guidance she received more comfortably. Furthermore, she began to actively participate in the Johrei gatherings that took place weekly at the Johrei Center. On these occasions, she stayed all day in the center in order to receive as much Johrei as possible. In September, she participated in a 3-day training at the Piranga Sacred Grounds. She was instructed to receive 30 Johrei a day. On the first day, even though she tried hard, she didn't reach the goal and received only 20 Johrei. She began to question about the amount of Johrei she was instructed to receive, thinking it was too much. At the same moment, a friend came by surprise and playfully pulled her ear. The way this friend did, it was exactly how Solange's mother did when she wanted to scold Solange for something. Solange felt that a message was being sent to her to wholeheartedly follow the guidance received. She renewed her spirit, and on the other days of the training, she managed to receive the 30 Johrei. Upon returning home, she noticed that she was seeing a lot better and there was no visual disturbance. After a few weeks, she returned to the eye doctor. The new tests found that her left eye had healed and that there was no longer any detachment in the retina of the right. Currently, her retina is perfect, never showing any problems again. Solange understood that this purification was necessary so that she could strengthen her faith in Johrei and for her to have a greater spirit of a seeker. She could also see the importance of reading the divine writings, as this, in addition to revealing the truth to us, purify our spiritual and physical bodies. Solange is very thankful to God, Meishu-sama, and her ancestors for the permission to live this faith experience. Her commitment is to continue reading the teachings assiduously and to spread more and more the powerful light of salvation of Johrei. Thank you very much for attending this morning service, for listening to this faith experience. I wish a very wonderful day. Thank you very much.
This brings to a conclusion our morning service. Thank you everyone for joining us. We wish you a very blessed day.